the channel and this is your first time, I'm the Northwest Fisherman Chris, and today we're going to be cracking open the Monster Bass Gold Box. I'm super excited about this, I really am. So the Gold Box is usually pretty close to my Silver Box, or to my Platinum Box I mean, and my Platinum Box this month was really good. So let's get this thing open and see what we got. Alright. So right off the bat here, we have the same book that we got in the Platinum, it looks like. So this thing's actually really good. It's got a booklet about how to protect your gear, the breakdown of the boxes, reel cleaning basics, winter tackle and repair and storage, storage transportation, rust prevention, winterizing your kayak, bait hacks, information about their live streams, the moon phases, which is super useful, and pictures of the guys that caught their PBS, stuff in the box. Yeah, an announcement for all the new things for next year for their theme boxes, which is really exciting. So let's dig right in here and see what we got. Okay, so this is from Bruiser Baits. This is called the Defender. In a wicked color, Fire Tiger. So this is a square bill. This is going to be 4 to 6 foot range. Let's get this guy open here. I've actually come to really like Bruiser Baits. So this is 2 1/4, 7/16 ounce, and it dives 2 to 4 feet. My bad, my mistake. I spoke too soon. So the colors on this are really sweet. Like, the lighting in here isn't going to do this justice for the camera on how bright this thing really is. And it's got super sticky EWG style treble hooks, which I'm a huge fan of and really think that should be the industry standard for anybody making a crankbait. Or, well, anything with treble hooks. It should be an EWG style. Yeah, this thing is wicked. Even the eye. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. It's got a really nice holographic eye. That's nice. That's really nice. I like that. Definitely going to get some use out of this. Okay. So this is the Rick Glenn Trickster from Lucky Strike. So this is the same one that I got in my Platinum box, except for this one's a 1/2 ounce, which is perfect because it matches my other one amazingly. Which even if I got 2 of these, I'm still fine with that. I'm still fine with that because most people aren't going to get both boxes. Actually, let me grab my Platinum box here so that you guys can check out the difference. Because my crankbait from Bruiser Baits was different in my Platinum box. I got that really cool mirror shad guy. Oh, I already put that in my box over here. It's fine. We don't need to go through all that. Anyway, this is another one. This is another shell cracker is the color. So it's your chartreuse, it's your greens. It's got some orange in it. I've already got this thing rigged up in my tackle box over there. I forgot I did that right after I filmed the last video because I'm super excited about it. And I'm even more super excited to have a second one in a different weight. That's awesome. So it's got double Indiana style blades, so you don't get like super flash like you do from Willows, and you don't get the super thump that you get from Colorado blades. You get that happy medium between the two, and that's awesome. So the other thing about this bait is, unfortunately, it doesn't have much of a bait keeper. And when I was rigging this up, I was trying to find a good trailer that was fairly decent size that didn't really need too much of a keeper to hopefully stay on. So that's the only drawback I feel about this bait. Other than that, I'm super excited about it. It's got some really good hardware. Even the swivel for the primary blade, it's a ball bearing swivel, so it's got premium hardware on it. It's got a nice heavy wire that's not going to flex out, and it's got a stout hook. I'm super excited to try this bait. Hopefully when these winter conditions slow down and whatever. Which, hopefully for me up here, it's going to be sooner than later. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, what's this? Okay, so this is really cool. This is something I got in my Platinum box last month. It's the really nice Neko tool. Okay, so Neko Wacky tool. So instead of... Here, I'll just pull one of these off real quick. Actually, we'll just look at the stick bait too from X Zone Pro Series. This is the true center stick. I guess the color is true center stick. Anyway, so let's just stick this guy in here. So you just use it just like this. Stick your bait in. And then you're going to roll. You're going to... These have been sent outside, so they're still a little bit chilly because it's like 20 degrees outside. It's much easier when they're a little bit warmer. I should have let this warm up a little bit, but I was super excited. Okay, so you get it pushed up on the main part. You stick your bait in here, just like that. Okay, and you just roll this off right onto the bait. So now you've got your O-ring on. Okay, what makes these neat is they have that second little bit on there, and that here. Let me go grab a wacky hook if I've got one laying here. Okay, this isn't quite what I wanted, but this will work. Just a little hook there. So you're just going to take it and put it straight through that hole. So now you don't have to hook your bait. You don't have to put the hook through the bait so it lasts longer. It's just on that little O-ring. And you just push that little O-ring wherever you want it on your bait. Got your hook on, and you're ready to go. Having this red hook actually helps because you guys can see that probably fairly well. As long as I keep my hands out of the way. Alright. That's actually a really sweet color too. That flake in it, if you guys can see that, all that flake. Silver belly, green back, with all that purple and gold flake. That's sweet. That's actually really, really good. Super happy to get another one of these. Because, I don't know if you guys are like me, but little useful things tend to disappear sometimes. And it's nice to have extra ones. Plus, this one's already preloaded. So if I run through one and I'm out fishing or whatever, and I'm just burning through O-rings for whatever reason, or I didn't refill it before I left, throw the extra one in there. It weighs absolutely nothing, and it's aluminum. So, that's awesome. That's really great. I'm super happy about this, actually. And this is one of the nicer ones with the screw in the end, so it's really easy to refill it. You just take the screw out, put your O-rings on, put the screw back on. Super simple, super nice, super useful. And I'm super excited about these sticks. That's awesome. Okay, what else? Oh, here we go. We got some more Spear Point 3-aught EWG style hooks. So these EWG style, or these Spear Point style hooks are pretty awesome. I like them a lot, but for specific things. Okay, so I believe I have a, oh, yep, here we go. A regular EWG style hook right here. Oh. So this is your normal EWG style hook. Rounded point, you know, nothing fancy. Standard shape. So these Spear Points, let's see if I can get both of these to sit in my hand at once. Oh. These Spear Points have these extra angles added in, okay? Which I find super useful. Let's go ahead and grab this guy again here, because this is about the right shape for what I want to show you guys. Get this off of here. off just like that. Okay, so say you're fishing like a creature bait or a Senko style stick bait or anything else that's got a smaller round body, maybe like a thinner profile swim bait maybe. If you put it on a regular EWG style hook, just like this, you know, Texas rig it like we all do. No big deal. Pull up and over. Find your spot. Wow, these things are really salty now that I've roughed it up quite a bit. So, and then Texpose it. Alright, so you're fishing this, you know, and it's just barely skin hooked up here, okay? Just a little baby Texpose, okay? So eventually, that's going to pop out just like that, and then this bait can do stupid stuff like that. It can flip around, it can do whatever, just get kind of dumb, okay? With these extra added angles on the spear point, make this really cool and kind of perfect for this, for anything that's a smaller profile. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to flip that around, Texas rig it. So, what you're going to do differently with this though, is there's your spot, there's your entry and your exit. So it's going to be at a little bit of an angle. So just stick it through. Okay. Go ahead, Texpose it. Just a little bit. Okay. You're fishing this, whatever, comes on Texpose. Okay. It's not skin hooked anymore. But this can't really get stupid, and it's still fairly weaveless on top. Okay? And that's like, the spear point hook isn't the best EWG hook. I've only been able to break one of these, alright? But they're about the only hook with that angle. And they make the spear point hooks, they come with the angle in every size. They make little ones for wacky rigs, which work really well, especially with O-rings like this, because you can get it right in that valley. But it's not the perfect hook for every job, but for anything with a smaller diameter where you can just keep it right there, maybe even like a cross-sail bait that's a little flatter, it'll sit right on that angle, and it's not going anywhere. Now, it could be argued because that bait has nowhere to go. When you do hook fish, you might burn through baits a little bit faster, but I mean, presentation and being able to keep that presentation and not really have to worry that much about fixing it and adjusting it between casts, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty worth it. And I'm not mad when I get these. Okay? Like, these are great hooks. I really like these hooks. Throw this guy back in here real quick. Okay, now our last bait, let's grab that. Okay, so we got a Vicious Fishing Trapper, 2.5 inch lipless, 1/2 ounce, Sweet Rattle, Sexy Shad. I wonder, is this the same one that I got in my Platinum box? If it is the same one, I don't care, I'm not going to be upset. No, it's not. It's not the same one. It's different. Because this one's silver body, blue back, classic style. So even though it's the same style of bait and it's the same kind of bait, I still didn't get the same color. So this is Sexy Shad. So this is going to be sweet. This has got the silver sides, it's going to have a blue back, and it's going to have that awesome chartreuse stripe down the side. Yep, there we go. Silverish black, striping up top into a chartreuse stripe with a silver to a pearl silver belly, orange spot, and a bright blue back. This thing is sweet, actually. It's really, really sweet. And this also has that EWG style treble hook. And when I say EWG style treble hook, which I didn't explain earlier, is when the hook point actually pulls back towards the shank. It really helps out with keeping fish pinned. Once they get in and they get one of these in there and they're not hooked that great, typically with an EWG style hook, you're still going to land that. A lot of people have issues fishing crankbaits because they'll get like a single hook hooked and they'll lose it. And that's to the fault of the hook itself. Actually, is anything over here not EWG style? No, it's EWG style. Those are 6 cents, so those are oh wait, here we go. No, that's EWG style too on the Guggen. I don't have anything to show you, but just imagine that instead of curving back towards the shank, going straight. That's typically how treble hooks are made. And I think all like premium brands are not even all premium brands, like all slightly more expensive than average crankbaits should be an EWG style treble. Because then there's not really a reason to change it. Let's listen to this rattle real quick, because this is nuts. That's pretty phenomenal. I really like this. This is going directly into my lipless box that I take with me all the time. I don't fish a tremendous amount of lipless, I know, whatever, but these two new lipless, I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to fish them. And with it being winter, it's a great time to do that. Actually, all these baits are really good this time of year, and they all go together. They're all the same kind of color palette. Super excited about this. Super excited about this. Excited. There's only 3 in here, but I'm excited about these too, these spear points. But yeah, guys, the gold box was a killer this month. It was well worth the wait that I had to wait for this guy. I'm not really sure when this shipped, but I know my MTB box, my panfish and trout one, sat literally around the corner at the post office for 11 days before it finally got delivered. Yeah. Shipping's nuts right now. I hope you guys already got your Christmas shopping done. But yeah, that's it for the gold box. Oh, wait. Alien fish head sticker. This is pretty cool, actually. I kind of really like that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in helping out the channel, I'll have a link below so you can go check out the box. Checking out the link and everything helps the channel out. Directly helps fund the fun that we have here. I really cannot wait to get back on the water as soon as the cold stops being so cold. Like, I'll fish in the cold, but the last couple, like, I'd say like 2 weeks, we've been in the high 20s here, which is unseasonably cold for my part of Washington because I'm on the western side. It's usually about 40, 50 all winter, kind of drizzly. It's really not that bad because the marine layer keeps us warm all winter long, even though I'm 3 hours from Canada. So I don't really have a hard water issue, but right now I just have a wind issue. And it's kind of rough. And like a little bit of wind is cool, but like 8-mile-an-hour sustained winds are a little much for the kayak. And I don't really want to take the boat out right now because it is pretty good at catching the wind too, especially if I go by myself. But yeah, so hopefully things clear up. I cannot wait to get on the water with this stuff, and I will catch you guys later. And stay safe, respect the water, respect the temperature. Alright guys, tight lines, and I'll see you guys later.